Imagine a place where you must take on the challenge of crossing bustling streets, where people on both sides are smoking from large bamboo pipes as thick as your arm. If you manage to overcome this challenge, your reward will be a unique and exciting experience. This is Vietnam. If you're planning to travel to Vietnam or want to learn about its people and culture, don't miss this video. Top 10 Facts about Vietnam. Number 1. Vietnam has been invaded by many countries. Vietnam, a land of resilient battles and an undying thirst for freedom. Vietnam is a nation with a tumultuous history, having been invaded by numerous empires over the centuries. From 111 BC to 938 AD, Vietnam was under Chinese rule for over 1,000 years, leading to profound cultural influences. In the mid-19th century, the French colonized Vietnam in 1858 and ruled until 1954, after the First Indochina War. This period left behind many famous architectural works such as Long Bien Bridge, the Presidential Palace, St. Joseph's Cathedral in Hanoi, Notre Dame Cathedral, and the Saigon Central Post Office, all still in use today. During World War II, Japan occupied Vietnam from 1940 until the country declared independence in 1945. The Vietnam War lasted from 1955 to 1975, with American intervention from 1965 to 1973. Finally, the country was unified in 1975 under the Socialist Republic of Vietnam after the North's victory and the withdrawal of American troops. Today, Vietnam is governed by a socialist-oriented government and continues to develop robustly, although the scars of war remain. Number 2, Agent Orange. How long will the horrific effects of Agent Orange last? Agent Orange is a toxic chemical used by the U.S. military during the war from 1961 to 1971, and it still heavily affects millions of Vietnamese people. The U.S. sprayed 80 million liters of herbicides over Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos to destroy the enemy's food sources and hiding places under vegetation, a guerrilla strategy. The toxic dioxin, known as one of the most dangerous chemicals, caused numerous severe diseases. Its effects still linger in the soil and waterways of Vietnam, making plants and fish toxic. Approximately 4.8 million Vietnamese people were exposed to this chemical, leading to nearly 1 million cases of diseases such as birth defects, skin disorders, autoimmune diseases, liver disorders, psychological effects, neurological disabilities, and digestive disorders. Tragically, 192,000 of these cases are children. To mitigate the consequences, the U.S. government has donated millions of dollars to clean up the environment, but scientists warn that dioxin's impact may persist for many generations. An Agent Orange expert concluded that it would take 6 to 12 generations for the dioxin levels to subside. Number 3, Economic Reform in 1986. How did the 1986 economic reform change the face of Vietnam? The economic reform in 1986 transformed Vietnam from one of the poorest countries in the world to a middle-income economy in just 2 decades. Vietnam's GDP increased 3.6 times, and the poverty rate dropped by more than 10%. In 2022, Vietnam's GDP reached $413.81 billion, and the per capita GDP was $4,163.50 by the end of 2023. Vietnam was one of the fastest-growing economies globally, with a GDP growth rate of 5.05% in 2023, significantly higher than the global average of 2.9% and the US's 3.1%. The expected growth rate for 2024 is over 6%. This rapid development has enriched many areas, particularly the Thursday Tame Tunnel area in Ho Chi Minh City, where land prices reach up to 2.4 billion VND per square meter, approximately $95,000 per square meter, showcasing the nation's prosperity. However, alongside this wealth, 4.4% of the population, equivalent to about 4.3 million people, still live below the poverty line in shabby houses and struggle to make ends meet. Number 4, must-visit tourist destinations in Vietnam. Have you ever wondered which tourist destinations in Vietnam you shouldn't miss? Vietnam is a beautiful country with many attractive tourist destinations, each with its unique charm and culture. You might be familiar with Ha Long Bay, a UNESCO World Heritage Site where you can admire majestic limestone islands and participate in various water activities. This is also where the movie, Kong, Skull Island, 2017, was filmed. Another location featured in the movie is Ninh Binh, praised as heaven on earth, offering boat rides through stunning limestone karsts, caves, and wetlands. For those who love adventure, try motorbiking in Ha Giang. This destination is, in my opinion, the most worthwhile in northern Vietnam, where you can experience thrilling rides on narrow, winding mountain roads amidst clouds and breathtaking landscapes, along with the friendly locals who will leave you with unforgettable memories. In central Vietnam, Da Nang is considered one of the most livable cities with reasonable prices, fresh air, and beautiful beaches. From Da Nang, you can easily explore the ancient town of Hoi An and the historic city of Hue. If you love the sea, Nha Trang, ranked 8th among the world's best beaches, will certainly please you. The final stop on your journey should be Phu Quoc Island. Famous for its beautiful beaches like Bai Sa and Bai Dai, with clear blue water and white sandy beaches. The island also boasts luxurious resorts, top-notch services, and ideal relaxation spots. Notably, Phu Quoc even has a legal casino, one of the rare features in Vietnam. Number 5. Son Doong Cave. Have you ever wondered what makes Son Doong Cave one of the most remarkable natural wonders in the world? Son Doong Cave, located in Phong Nha Co Bang National Park, Quang Binh, Vietnam, is one of the world's most extraordinary destinations. It gained international attention through Alan Walker's MV, Alone. With an estimated age of 5 million years, Son Doong Cave is about 5 kilometers long and wide enough to accommodate 68 Boeing 777 aircraft. These numbers illustrate its grandeur, with limestone caves up to 243.84 m high and 91.44 m wide, large enough to house a 40-story building in New York. Inside Son Doong Cave, visitors are awestruck by its majestic and unique beauty. Gigantic stalactites, natural limestone, pearls, and an underground river create an enchanting landscape. Notably, the cave also contains a pristine jungle and a unique ecosystem, entirely untouched by humans, resembling a scene from another world. Exploring Son Doong Cave is a real adventure, requiring thorough preparation and physical fitness. Visitors must trek through dense forests, climb mountains, and swim across underground rivers to reach the cave. Although this journey is not easy, the reward is a one-of-a-kind experience, making every effort worthwhile. Currently, Oxalis Adventure is the only company licensed to organize tours to Son Doong Cave. The cost for a 4-day, 3-night tour is $3,000 per person, with each tour limited to only 10 guests but requiring up to 30 staff members. Annually, only 1,000 lucky visitors get to explore the cave, and booking a spot can take up to a year or even several years in advance. Number 6. Vietnamese Cuisine. Are you surprised that Vietnamese cuisine ranks 3rd among the world's best cuisines? Vietnamese cuisine is renowned for its delicious and diverse range of approximately 500 traditional dishes spread across the country, truly deserving its reputation as a culinary paradise. Vietnamese cuisine is not just about cooking methods but also the subtle combination of spices and unique eating habits of the Vietnamese community and ethnic groups living in Vietnam. Living in Vietnam for a lifetime, you might still find it impossible to taste all the unique dishes, each with distinct regional flavors. A few standout dishes you must try when exploring Vietnamese cuisine include pho, the national dish with its rich broth, tender noodles, and fresh herbs, banh mi, a unique sandwich combining crispy French baguette with various fillings like cold cuts, pâté, pork sausage, fresh vegetables, and signature sauces. Hanoi bun cha, featuring fresh noodles, flavorful grilled meat, and tangy fish sauce, served with fresh herbs and pickles. Nem Quan, spring rolls, are a light, refreshing dish with shrimp, pork, vermicelli, and fresh vegetables wrapped in thin rice paper, usually dipped in a sweet and sour fish sauce. Bon Zio, a crispy pancake with shrimp, pork, and bean sprouts, is often wrapped in rice paper or lettuce leaves and dipped in sweet and sour fish sauce. Remarkably, 2 of these 5 dishes have been chosen by France, the host country, to be served to athletes at the Paris 2024 Olympics, highlighting the appeal and influence of Vietnamese cuisine on the international stage. Number 7. Vietnamese Coffee. Did you know that Vietnamese coffee is one of the most unique coffees in the world? Vietnam is currently the second largest coffee exporter globally, only behind Brazil, and coffee has become an essential part of daily life for its people. Vietnamese coffee is very affordable, costing only $1-1.5 per cup. It is renowned not only for its rich flavor but also for its distinctive brewing and serving style. The unique feature of Vietnamese coffee is the combination of high-quality Robusta beans and the traditional Phin brewing method. Coffee is brewed in a small drip filter, with hot water slowly dripping through the coffee grounds, creating a strong and aromatic cup of coffee. One of the most famous variations of Vietnamese coffee is iced milk coffee, coffee brewed with sweetened condensed milk, then served over ice, creating a refreshing, sweet, and rich beverage. Additionally, egg coffee is a unique specialty of Hanoi, where coffee is mixed with egg yolk, condensed milk, and a touch of sugar, creating a creamy and rich flavor. Coffee is not just a beverage but an integral part of Vietnamese culture, where people often gather to chat and relax at street-side cafes or traditional coffee shops. When you visit Vietnam, you must try an authentic cup of Vietnamese coffee to appreciate the special flavor and the meticulous brewing technique of the Vietnamese people. Number 8. Vietnamese Pipe Tobacco. When visiting some coffee shops or roadside tea stalls in Vietnam, you might see locals smoking Vietnamese pipe tobacco. Have you ever wondered about this unique traditional Vietnamese smoking method? Vietnamese pipe tobacco is a potent form of tobacco favored by many Vietnamese, especially in the rural northern regions. Made from dried and finely cut tobacco leaves, it is typically smoked using a bamboo water pipe, which produces a distinctive bubbling sound when smoked. Unlike regular cigarettes, Vietnamese pipe tobacco contains much higher nicotine levels, often causing dizziness or even fainting in first-time users. People commonly smoke Vietnamese pipe tobacco after meals or during heavy work to help stay alert and focused. The process of smoking this tobacco has also become a cultural activity where people gather, share a bamboo water pipe, and engage in conversation. It is also believed to repel insects and reduce stress. Despite its health risks, such as respiratory and cardiovascular diseases, Vietnamese pipe tobacco remains a daily staple for many Vietnamese, closely tied to their memories and cultural values. And if you try it, just take a small puff to avoid getting too dizzy. Number 9. National Flower of Vietnam. Do you know which flower is considered a symbol of Vietnam, representing purity and resilience? The lotus flower, symbolizing purity, resilience, and strength, has been chosen as the national flower of Vietnam. The lotus grows from muddy waters but rises above the surface to bloom with a pure and beautiful appearance, symbolizing the Vietnamese people's perseverance, purity, and elegance. The bright pink color and gentle fragrance of the lotus have made it a familiar image, deeply connected to the daily life and culture of the Vietnamese people. The lotus appears in various aspects of Vietnamese life, from art, literature, to architecture and religious beliefs. In literature, the lotus often represents pure beauty and virtue. In Buddhism, the lotus symbolizes enlightenment and purity, commonly seen in temples and Buddha statues. Additionally, the lotus is used in cuisine, with dishes such as lotus seed sweet soup, lotus seed jam, and lotus tea, offering distinctive and nutritious flavors. Choosing the lotus as the national flower not only reflects the love and pride of the Vietnamese people for this flower but also affirms the traditional, cultural, and spiritual values of the nation. Number 10. Traffic in Vietnam. Traffic in Vietnam is one of the most distinctive and impressive aspects for both locals and foreign visitors. The sight of thousands of motorbikes jostling on the streets of Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City is a familiar scene and has even become a symbol of urban traffic here. Motorbikes are the most popular means of transportation, widely used for their convenience, affordability, and ability to navigate narrow alleys and crowded traffic. According to statistics, Vietnam has over 72 million motorbikes, meaning about 72% of the population owns a motorbike. Vietnam ranks fourth globally in the number of motorbikes. Despite the large number of motorbikes, Vietnam faces many traffic-related challenges, such as congestion and air pollution. The government has implemented measures to mitigate these issues, including encouraging the use of electric vehicles and improving public transportation systems. Major cities like Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, and Da Nang frequently encounter traffic jams, especially during peak hours. Although traffic in Vietnam may seem chaotic and dangerous, with a high rate of traffic accidents, locals have adapted to this environment and follow unspoken rules to ensure safety. If you visit Vietnam for the first time, you'll be overwhelmed by crossing the streets here. If you've been to Vietnam and experienced this, leave your comments to share with others. If you find this video interesting, comment with a 1, or if not, comment with a 0 to help us improve. Thank you, and see you in the next videos.